Oh, Michael's here. Okay, hang on, guys. 1 second, please.
Coo, 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 coo.
Oh, Ruby. Oh, hello, 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 hello.
Oh,
Off the
Rhoda.
stories we go. Dang.
Yep.
RJ, hello, hello, Southern Belle.
Yeah.
Cosplay.
Wow.
Michael, I seen Michael in here. Um, hopefully, little Miss Phoenix Fire will get here in a minute. Guys, tonight I'm going to put the link in the panel. And if you would like to come up and tell some of your true experiences, like ghost stories, we want to hear them. I'm really aggravated. I've done missed the 5th day of October, which is my Halloween season, and I'm aggravated about it. So I told Kel, I'm like, well, if I can't go out on my investigations the way I want to, then we shall live stream.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So anybody that wants to come up on panel, as long as we know who you are and show your face. And oh, it's raining. Oh, I do have just my spirit box out here tonight, guys. I'm not gonna use my portal until I can get it to take out that white noise. So tonight we are gonna hear a little bit of white noise once we play the spirit box, but I think we can deal. It's not gonna be that bad. It's been really it's been a really fall day here in my part of Tennessee today. I mean, just beautiful.
Oh, the part of West Virginia I was in today. Um, I was up in Clarksburg. It was
Wow.
really pretty.
Right. Oh God. Oh, there goes my light.
I went to the mall and got a Halloween makeup palette of The Simpsons. It's very
Oh,
pretty.
did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think Kimmy would like it. You can get it at Ulta Beauty.
you've had some interesting visitors on your spirit box lately, RJ. Guys, I'm gonna tell you. I hope how soon they find that dirty laundry, Brian asshole scumbag, because it seems that little Summer's being forgot about, and I don't like it. Um, hello, butterfly kisses. We need to make sure.
Oh, and that Delaney Day
Mhm.
I feel like he's been shoved under the carpet too. So,
Well, there was another one I seen that Phoenix has sent me the link to. Another
Ruby, get
kid
out of the
missing
car.
in Hawaii.
Sis, do you have your mic turned up or your volume turned up on your laptop?
Why can you not hear me?
On my end, it's low, and I thought it was me, and I have my thing turned up.
I don't know. Let me look and see. I turned it down on my hang on. No,
Can you
says it's
can
up
you guys hear
100%.
Rhoda, or is it just me?
Can you guys hear me in chat? It's been one of those long couple of weeks. My brother had open heart surgery. They didn't think he was going to make it out of that. God seen fit that he did. Well, he got pneumonia in his lungs from the blood. that was filling up in there. So then they had to go in, put a lung tube in, um, on one side, on his right side, and then the other day they had to take him back in surgery, put another lung tube in, and they got a blood clot out big as a $50. Um, and now they're having to give him blood. So, guys, just continue to keep him in your prayers, please. There's Miss Cosplay. She says she can hear me. Missed you too, honey. I want that black cloud to go away from my family because I have been worried sick over my brother. And then this stuff going on with little Summer, I was just saying that you're not hearing her talked about as much. Thank you, butterfly kisses. My
I
brother's a
even
very
think
strong
John
man.
Walsh should get involved. I mean, he got involved with Gabby.
Well, yeah, I sent a tweet to Dog the Bounty Hunter, and I sent one to his daughter Lisa, and I told them once they find Mister Dirty Laundry, it would be really great if Dog. Ooh, there's a freaking black bug on my neck. If Dog had any time that he could dedicate to Summer,
Hmm.
you know. And I'm sorry, but the sheriff over in Hawkins County,
He's a dirt to dirt.
yeah, and there's been some dirt to dirt coming out about him too.
I think he's involved in something.
Yeah. Well, you tell me what sheriff ain't involved in something in what county, and I'll kiss your butt.
Well, that's true, but
They all got their dirt they shove under the rugs.
oh yeah, they do.
But anyway, guys, I will tell you this. Thank you, everybody, for sending prayers. My brother really needs it. God bless you all. Um, Ashley thinks I may have brought something in this house, or it may have followed me in. The
I
other
don't.
night, she started to call Cal at like 3:30 in the morning,
Well, I would have answered. I was
and
up.
she was hi, Rain Raging. She felt something literally set on the end of the bed. Um, this toy,
I can already tell you what it was, but go ahead.
this toy started playing by itself. Okay, in the living room the other night, right at 3 o'clock, I
Hmm.
was woke up to that very toy she was talking about. It's like something was over there mashing the keys on the little toy, like a little piano thing.
Hmm.
And then it would say, "Do you want to play? Do you want to play?" Then it would go, "Ha ha ha ha." I got up and turned the thing off, and it came back on again by itself. I'm trying to come up. Okay, hun. Okay, Phoenix, just let it. I'll let you
Sis,
in.
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It's that mischievous kid.
Well, whatever it is, hi, little red. It's scaring. It's scaring my grandson now.
Kylan and Lyric.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. You need to sage it. Sage that apartment. And I know you're on, uh, an old grave site. I don't think you drug anything in. I just think it's attracted to you.
Might be. That's what I told Ashley. I seem to be
Um,
attracting things lately.
like, and it's not bad per se. It's probably because it's just a mischievous kid. But if you're, because Kylan's special. I mean,
Hmm.
he's an angel.
Yeah.
So, Ruby, God dang it. So I think I would just sage it for the kids' sake.
Right.
And I am sending you some black sage, sis, which there's no really difference to black sage to white sage. It just, the black sage smells better to me.
Right. Right.
And I'm sending you some Palo Santo as well.
Okay. Guys, I dropped the link. I'll drop it again. If anybody wants to come up and tell your ghost story, we would love to hear it. I would like to see if a couple of you guys might want to come up before Kellen I tell some of ours.
Like, I have one, if they want to hear the. I know I may have mentioned this before, but I investigated Moundsville Penitentiary in West Virginia. You know, the West Virginia Penitentiary, Moundsville.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same one Zach Bagans was at, and, right?
In the link.
So I was in like the solitary confinement area where they kept some of the skinhead, the white supremacist people that were in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with another investigator friend, and she was on the other side of the, like down the hall
Right.
from me, like maybe a couple cells. And I felt like something grabbed my calf muscle, from the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And about that same time, she turned around to me and was like, Kel, do you got a hold of my arm? I was like, no, but do you have, I'm going to ask this weird question. I'm going to say this, but something's got a hold of my calf muscle. And she's like, okay, it's time to go. I was like, sure about it. And then we went into the A block where, the cells are like up, very up top where they see the shadow man,
Mm-hmm.
usually. And it was not raining. It sounded like someone beating on pipes, like water or something, but it sounded like metal on metal.
Right.
And it just sounded like no one wanted us in there. But I walked in there a little bit further, and it just seemed like the other people that were there before irritated the spirits, And I felt like a rush pass by me, and it kind of knocked my friend not down, but kind of like back a little bit. And this one other time I was at Mansfield, because I was there a couple times, I was in A block, and I had the EVP, that spirit box that we have, right, Rhoda?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I had it on, and all of a sudden the
Oh
spirit was
shit.
like, do you see me? And I was like, no, I'm blind. And the spirit came back and went, smart ass.
I know. My freaking
I'm,
light just fell over.
I mean, Moundsville was just so active. Like, I went down in the boiler room where Zach had his freak out. I don't know if you saw the episode where he had his freak out down there, right?
Right.
And I was like sitting in the same area, and I'm like, I don't feel nothing. And about that time, I saw a hand come like past this doorway, and I went, okay, I get it. And then I walked into the, like, right across there, you go in the same area, you go down these steps and you go into the Sugar Shack, which was like a game area, a hangout space. And that area was not normally guarded by police, the people that helped. So anything could happen in there. And I was just standing there with my investigator friend, and all of a sudden, my ponytail that I had got yanked, and then she felt like she was poked in the neck. And it wasn't really violent, but it was really like, these prisoners finally saw women or something. It was like, ooh. But I was in like the chapel, and there was I was in there minding my own business, and someone said, like, I heard an embodied voice, without the machine, without the spirit box, and it said, "Get the hell out!" And I was like, "You shouldn't cuss in church." And my friend heard on the spirit box right after that, "Fuck you."
Wow.
And I got a whole bunch of orbs there, but I never really felt really like threatened at the prison.
Mm-hmm.
But each time I went, because I'm just putting all these stories together for you guys, but I've the 2 times I investigated, I got different things every time.
Right.
It was like in right at the witch's hour at 3 o'clock. It was like 3:33 when I was in the solitary confinement when it felt like this massive hand went across, like grabbed my calf muscle, and it made every hair on my body stand on end. Like I was just total freaked out because it felt like a real hand, like someone grabbing your arm or something. It freaked me out. So that's one of my stories. Um, I mean, I told it a lot, right, Rhoda? But
Well, stories like that never get old.
I mean, I got a lot more, but I'm gonna let some other people tell some of theirs.
What about you, Miss Phoenix? You got yourself working over there?
Yeah, my keyboard's giving me a problem though.
Oh, bless your heart. Do you want to tell a ghost story, or you want me to go next?
I can't even hear Phoenix. I'm wondering if it's something that's on my end.
Can you
Yeah,
guys hear me?
I can hear you fine, honey.
Yeah,
I
she
Okay,
can
think
yeah,
hear
it's
you.
something
I
on
don't
the
know.
camera.
Over on my end, I'm having major problems. A ghost story?
Yeah.
I don't know. Most of the people that are in the chat right now have already heard this, but when I was younger, my mom used to mess around with the occult. Okay, now I'm hearing everything in repeat over again, and that's going to flip me out. Yeah, I'm
Kelly, you
hearing
got YouTube
myself
up.
talk now. This is going to flip me out.
Let me
Okay,
go check
try not
mine.
to pay attention to it. So, anyways, one night I get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I must have been like maybe 5 or 6. And as you know, please excuse my language, but as I'm sitting on the commode, um, something starts to rattle on the counter in front of me. And my mom lived with her boyfriend, and his hairbrush flew right off the counter and hit me in the forehead above my eye. And I still have the scar above my eye.
Wow, that's freaking crazy. Speaking of that, I was in the kitchen last night and I was making chicken wraps. And I heard something hit the stove really hard, and I looked around. I'm like, "What the heck was that?" I opened the stove door up. There was nothing even in it yet. Shut it back. I went back to the sink. I was rinsing the chicken off, and I looked over, and my daughter's spice rack. It leaned all the way forward, and then just flung up and back against the wall, and it fell down behind the stove. And I'm screaming, "Ashley, Ashley, come here now!" She said, "What was that?" I said, "I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, slunk, it made that spice rack go behind the stove." And she's like, "Mom, there's no way it could have went behind there." I'm like, "It went behind there." But yeah, there's been stuff going on around here. What was it I was going to tell you all? Oh my God, there's so many. It's raining out here, by the way, so maybe that'll pull spirits towards the spirit box tonight. Um, we uh we lived in this old country house, which my mom and dad lived in a couple through my life growing up, and um, I was pregnant with my daughter Wendy, and it was like maybe 2 3 weeks before I would go to have her. So I was in my room straightening everything up. Hello, Justice Seeker. We was in there, you know, uh, I was in there cleaning the room and getting the baby stuff ready. I had always had an odd feeling about this real deep walk-in closet. Well, I was so tired when I went to bed that night, the moonlight was shining through the door. I was laying there and I heard the door creaking open. And I thought, well, it's probably my brother checking on me. He was so worried about me through my pregnancy when he would come in, from working out, he would always come in there to check on me. Well, I looked back at the door, my bedroom door still closed. And I'm like, what the heck was that? Well, I heard the door open even further. And when I turned my head, there was this black figure. The guy looked like he had on a top hat and a black trench coat and looked like he was pointing a rifle at me. I started bellowing, screaming for my parents. Um, no, go inside. Mommy's doing a live stream. No, yes, I'm back. Go in there, babe. Um, my dad, my brother, everybody came running in there and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? I said, there is someone in this bedroom. I just saw them. They're in my closet. My dad runs over there and yanks the door open, turns the light on in the closet. And he's like, honey, you're seeing things. There's no one here. I got up and went and slept in the living room. Didn't go back in that bedroom because I knew what I saw. Well, I had my daughter, and I was still afraid to sleep in that bedroom. So we had another bedroom set up. Well, my brother, my two brothers, my baby brother and my oldest brother, came in that night with their cousin. They all went in that bedroom to lay down because they just got back from the bar. All I heard was my brother Billy saying to my brother Frank, do you see that? And my brother said, I seen it when the closet door opened up. About that time, my cousin John saw it. They was literally stacked on top of each other trying to get out of that bedroom door. And my brother came in there and woke me up. Hi, Michael. He's like, I'm so sorry I doubted you. He said, we saw it too, and I don't know what that was. My mom came to the door and she said, that is a spirit. And evidently, he's not happy about something because he's trying to scare you guys. Well, they was some apartments across the road. And this little lady lived in the third one. Well, she heard us talking about it outside the next day. And my dog had went across the road, so we went over to get my dog. And she's like, so I heard some commotion going on over at your house last night. She said, my husband showed himself to you, didn't he? I said, excuse me? She said, my husband died in that bedroom right there, and she showed me the room. They had his funeral or his wake in that house when he passed away. And he was laid to rest in a black trench coat and his top hat. And I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, I'm very serious. She said, ask any of these neighbors right here. They can tell you the same thing. But yeah, that man wasn't happy that we was living in his house.
Um, I got another story. It was about when I was 6 years old, and I, I've always been open, as you know, me being a medium, sensitive, and I was getting ready for bed, and as I was trying to fall asleep, I saw this thing in front of me. It kind of reminded me of Bigfoot or what kind, it was some kind of entity, okay? And I was like, what is that? And it had like these really weird teeth, and it was hairy, kind of like Bigfoot, really tall, okay, but slender, okay? And it felt like it was taking my energy because I couldn't speak, I couldn't scream, one of those, like you're feeling like you're having sleep paralysis. And finally, I guess I was getting something out because my dad came running in and flipped the light on. And as he flipped the light on, the thing disappeared. And I was like, Dad, there was something in here. And he's like, oh, you're probably just having a nightmare. You know how people are. But the next day, I remember telling my mom, I said, Mom, there was a creature in my bedroom. And she's like, well, you're young and I know you see stuff. And I was like, yeah, but this thing was like, looked like Bigfoot. And Mom would always tell me to say this prayer before I went to bed. I always tell people this little saying, like, fill your heart with light and love. And after I did that, it seemed like that thing never came back. But that was the creepiest for a 6-year-old. That was scary.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you guys this story about my daughter, my youngest daughter. She started dating this little boy. Well, he wasn't a little boy. He was 18, 19 years old, and she was like 17. And I had not even met the boy yet, and I just had a really bad feeling about it. And so she brings him in her house one night, and I seen him. Instantly, I knew this guy was bad news. And then I said, so I said, what kind of religion do you believe in? And he just stood there and looked at me. He was a devil worshiper. I looked at my daughter. I said, get him out of my house right now. And I said, I forbid you to see him. I got a bad feeling about it. My daughter had never lied to me before. She started acting real funny. And people was coming and telling me, you need to get your kid away from that punk. He's hitting her. Well, I'm one of those moms that, you don't touch my kid. I will hurt you. Well, she was telling me she was staying all night with one of her friends, and I had no reason not to believe her. Come find out that little punk was staying over there too. Well, that boy had went, drew a pentagram on this girl's table, cut himself, squirted his blood in it, and started chanting. And my daughter's like, what are you doing? He's like, you're going to do it too, or I'm going to kill you. She's like, no, I'm not doing it neither. She said, I believe in God. I don't want any part of that. Well, that night, I had went to sleep, and I had the most horrific dream. I dreamed that I was in the woods and I could hear my daughter screaming, Mama, help me. Mama, please help me. Don't let them do this to me. And I'm running through these woods, guys, and I see a bunch of candles lit up in the woods. And it just seems like I'm running forever trying to get to her. And when I get into where my view is better, I see all these people dressed up in black cloaks, holding red candles. I looked and they've got my daughter tied to a tree, and they had a upside down cross painted in blood on her chest. The guy was sharpening the knife, was getting ready to sacrifice her. My daughter was a virgin, okay? This little punk knew that. I instantly woke up from that dream and I woke my husband up. I said, God is showing me something. We need to get our daughter home. The next day, I called and called and called her friend's phone. There wasn't no answer. About 10 o'clock that night, my daughter called her daddy and she told her daddy she needed to borrow some money. That's the only way she knew that these people was going to take her to her daddy. Her dad was at the store at the time. So he told her just come up to the grocery store and he'd give her the money. They had took my daughter's cell phone away from her. That she had witnessed them putting rope, knives, and a shovel and some tape in the back of the trunk of the car. Told her that she was going to go with them to Knoxville, that they was something very important they had to do, and she had to go with them. And she's like, no, my mom will get mad. She's not going to like that. And they're like, you're not going to tell your mom. Well, when they thought they was going to get some money, they brought my daughter to the store where my husband was at. They had the girl that was with them walk in the store with my daughter. They had took her phone away from her purse and everything. She walks in the store and finds her daddy, and she looked up at him. He's trying to hand her the money. She's like, Daddy, I need to talk to you. No, go in there, baby. I'll be in a minute. And She said, Daddy, I need to talk to you. She said, I'm in danger. And he looked at that girl and he thought, why is that girl following you? She said, because they sent her in here. My husband said, you get away from my daughter right now. She needs to talk to me and she's going to do it in private. So my son in law was also in that store. Well, the girl finally walked off a little bit and Kimberly told her daddy that she felt that they was fixing to do something bad to her because she had overheard them talking about doing a sacrifice on a virgin. Her daddy said, you're not going no damn where with those people. He sent my son-in-law outside to that car to tell those people to give him Kimberly's belongings. Well, they was mad. But that little punk wouldn't come out of that car and do anything. He waited till he drove off and ran his mouth, okay? They thought that Ashley had lived in another apartment at the time. They thought they was going to catch her home by herself. None of them went and kicked her door in. But what they didn't realize, Ashley and my daughter Angie was there and her boyfriend. Ashley didn't need no help. She was whipping the shit out of every one of them. Kimberly comes in the house, guys. Me, all this stuff had happened, and Matt and Ashley had come and told us what had happened. We're all in the back bedroom. Kimmy said, Mom, I'm going to lay down the recliner. She said, I just feel real dizzy. Well, she was sitting in that recliner. We was back there talking. She comes running in the bedroom about 10 minutes later. The look on her face looked like, all the blood had drained out her body. She was so pale. She said, Mama, I need you to pray for me now, please. I said, what's going on, honey? And she was just jerking. She said, when I lay down in that recliner and you all went out, and it was jet black in the living room. She said something got on top of her. And she closed her eyes because she was afraid to look at it. And it was breathing in her ear saying, open your eyes, open your eyes. You're mine. You're going to be mine. And she said she couldn't move. She couldn't get a word to come out of her mouth. She said, Mama, the only thing I can do is beg God to protect me. She said, when I started saying that over and over in my head again, God, please protect me, she said instantly it just let her go. When I started praying for her, that thing was attached to her. And she looked at me and was laughing. She said, you have no power. And it wasn't even my daughter's voice. I kept on praying. I wasn't about to give up. And yes, it was Little Red. And I kept praying where she fell on the floor. And I could see and I felt it. I felt it come out in my hand. And when it came out, I said, I cast you back to hell where you came from in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I said, Dwayne, raise that window. By that time, Ashley done fired up the sage. You could smell. It smelled like rotten eggs and rotting flesh, both mixed together. And when they opened that window up, you could see it, that mist go out the window. We slammed that window down and Kimmy was just bawling. She said, Mama, what was that? I said, Kimmy, I think it was a succubus. And I said, and where that boy was doing that stuff, he probably conjured that up. And but guys, I'm gonna tell you, that was the most scared I think I've ever been for my child because she's a good girl and she was so scared to even go to high school. This boy, when she went the first week, the first 3 days was fine. He wasn't nowhere around. This guy was so young looking, he could just walk right in the doors of the high school and they wouldn't think nothing of it. They'd think, thought he was one of the students. He was watching her. She went into the bathroom. He came in the bathroom, grabbed her up by her neck and said, you're going with me now. She clawed him down his face, started screaming top of her lungs, ran out of the bathroom. The teachers asked, what's going on? She said, that's the guy I was telling you about. That's the guy I was telling you about. She said, he's in the school. They locked the school down. He had done made it out the school. They had us come and get her. Told us to keep her home for a few days because they was worried for her safety. Well, when she was brave enough to go back to school, she said, Mom, I'm so terrified. Guys, I went and sat at that school from the time I let her out, and I had a gun on me, shoved down the back of my pants. I waited for my daughter all day, and I sat in my car across the road from the school, and I watched the front of that school to see if that little punk was going to go in there. Finally, the law caught him, and he went to jail for beating his other girlfriend up and was trying to do sacrifices on her. Kimmy don't even like to talk about that because it brings up bad memories for her. But that really happened.
Yeah, it did. I remember. We were talking when that happened. That was just.
Every night when Justice Seeker says, every night when I'm in my comatose stage before sleeping, I can breathe. I feel like that, like something takes over, and my bathroom starts smelling. You need to sage, Justice Seeker, as soon as possible.
Yep. And it doesn't matter if it's with Palo Santo or even if you only have the sage like powder, sprinkle it around. I mean, it'll work.
Oh my
Or go
God,
buy sage.
Justice Seeker, are you saying that something is manifesting to your child, Justice Seeker? Yes, sage and salt.
Hmm. Like you
Wow,
can
that is
use like
scary.
regular table salt, or you can get sea salt or black or Himalayan, pink Himalayan. As long as it's salt, it purifies.
Oh my God, Justice Seeker. She said, yes, I thought it was Summer Wells. Honey, let me tell you something. A a bad spirit will show itself to a child as a child.
Yes, it would.
They're
Trust
they're
me.
manipulating, they're deceiving. We've run across several of them in investigations we've done.
I
We've
have
had
too.
spirits come up acting like children, and then come find out a little further into the investigation it wasn't a child at all.
Nope. Do you remember the friends I had wrote it, and I told you how they were this one spirit was appearing to their little girl
Snow.
like a little girl.
Hmm.
Remember?
Hmm.
Oh, and that
Was it the one
spirit,
hiding in the closet?
yep, that would call itself Snow.
Yeah.
And I saw its real true form, and it didn't like it.
We did an investigation, and it's on my YouTube channel. Um, the girl's name is Veronica. Very, very sweet family. When I hadn't went and met them, um, she was telling me that she felt like something very dark and tall was watching over her in the kitchen, and that something was showing itself to her son as a child because it was the little boy was talking to it, trying to feed it. Even told his mommy to make it food. Um, and she was telling us all these things, and she'd show me pictures that she had taken one day. Her husband and the kids had left,
I'll be right
and she was
back.
in the apartment by herself. Well, she was laying down, and she heard the water come on. No, it was the toilet that had flushed. Well, she went and looked, and there was nobody in the house. She happened to look down, and she showed us the pictures. Perfect wet feet print. No drippings, just perfect puddled up wet feet print from the bathroom down the hall into the kids' room. We set our cameras up. I used my SLS camera there that night, and I knew as soon as we walked in that they was more than one. I could just feel them. We set the SLS camera up in the living room, and two two spirits showed up on the SLS. And then when the husband brought the little boy in, um, the little boy was sitting at the very end of the couch, and his mom's like, "Tell Miss Rhoda what you see, son." He said, "My friend." I said, "What does your friend look like?" He went, "I don't know. He's just my friend." And About that time, this figure pops up on the couch, and it was an adult figure. It was showing up on the SLS, and it looked like it was trying to kick the kid. And the little boy was going, "Ow, ow!" And I told his mom, "I'm like, move him now. That spirit is mad because he's talking about it, and he's trying to kick him." Well, my daughter's boyfriend was next to the door filming, and he was watching the SLS camera. The tall thing she was talking about showed itself on camera. It stuck its hands behind it and was leaning over top of Austin. I said, "Austin, don't move," and I'm getting cold chills thinking about it. I said, "That thing is right on top of you." And as soon as Veronica saw it, she said, "Oh my God, that's it. That's what I've been seeing in my kitchen." Well, I did set up, different cameras in different rooms. You could see some orbs come down. We caught a couple of EVPs, direct responses, not through the spirit box, direct responses, telling us to get out of there. And at one time they said, "They're mine." These people has had death after death after death on that property. A lady came out one day because it was raining. She forgot to roll her windows up. She was coming down the stairs, fell and broke her neck, died right there on the spot. The neighbor right down from them, the old lady's husband died. So, and guys, back in the day, I know of that property. They was all kinds of partying and shootings. People died on that land. They would find people dead back in those woods before they cleared that off to make those apartment complexes down there. But we went through that house and saged. I felt it running from me, from room to room. And hello, Tyler. I wasn't about to give up because I knew we had it on the run. And and the little boy was not sleeping in his bed either. He was terrified to sleep in his own bed. When we got to that door, I told her, I said, "Open the door. It's got to leave now." I said, "Take your home back. Command it to leave. You don't want them here no more." Her husband didn't want to. And come to find out, he said, "Well, I was kind of afraid to say anything because I've been dabbling with Ouija boards." I said, "And that's probably where those bad spirits have came from."
I
I
mean, if you
wouldn't
don't
touch a
know what
Ouija
you're
board with a
doing.
10-foot pole. I would not do it. But we cleansed the house. I called her back about a week later. I said, "Veronica," I said, "how's things going around your house?" She said, "I just want you to know we're so blessed." She said, um, you got this thing, whatever it was, it's not here no more." Okay, for almost a year, they had peace and quiet, didn't have anything bothering them. Now, I don't know what Veronica's husband's been up to, but when we was at the cemetery about a month ago, she had came on Kimberly's live stream and told Kimberly, "Tell your mom I need her to come back. It's back again." So
Which
I don't know.
sometimes those evil spirits, sis, can come back.
Hmm. But see,
If a person.
I even left her sage
Hmm.
when I left there, and I told her, I said, "Anytime you feel anything bad," I said, "play the Lord's Prayer and go through here saying it over and over again and sage the crap out of your house and demand whatever it is that's here to leave." I've not did this house yet, and I'll tell you why. I believe one of the spirits that's here is my is Ashley's ex-boyfriend's mother. She was very attached to Ashley. She was looking forward to Ashley having the baby. And she's got my granddaughter has one of the blankets that Ashley's ex-boyfriend's mother kept on her all the time. It was like a swaddle blanket. She would keep it like a little lap blanket over her, but I believe it's her that's here.
Well, here's the thing, sis. She's attached to that blanket. Like, if you sage in there, you can actually basically say, I want any like welcome spirits here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I
And
do
my
it in
grandson
my
ain't want to go to
house.
sleep. Lyric, you know, lay down. Go lay down, babe. Ashley's not mean. It's time for you to go to bed, babe. No, go in. Mommy will be in a minute. Okay, kiss me. Come kiss me. Mwah. Boy, that's the best sugar in the world. Okay, now go on way down. I'll be in a minute, okay? Bye, Mom. Oh, okay, I'll reach some this a minute, okay?
He's so
Bless
cute.
his heart. I
But
love my grandbabies.
you know how I keep Amberly on the property, but I don't let anything else? I basically say any unwelcome spirits are not allowed to stay here. You know?
Guys, give me 1 second. Sis, can you take this over? I'm gonna go get him some juice.
Yeah.
I got it, Mom. Okay, my daughter's got it. Never mind. Um, I'm gonna tell you, Kel and I was sitting up one night, and I kept seeing something move around her window. And I said, Kel, I don't know if it's Amberly, I don't know what it is, but 3 times it was like it was peeking around, and it would duck out of the shadows. And she said, well, it's probably one of these Kel call spirits that comes through on her property, hitchhikers. They're just there for a moment and then they leave.
Yeah, so they're just passing through.
Yeah. But I think I told most of you guys, might have remember of my grandson had found a black bag. He came in, he's like, Mama, I found a black bag in it. I think it's got a treasure in it. He opens it up and it's a very beautiful. I showed it to you, didn't I, Kel? Very
But
beautiful.
I
Oh,
told you, I was like, ooh, there's something on that.
yeah. She said it was a very beautiful old antique jewelry box. And I knew as soon as I opened it up that there was something on it because I could feel it. And it wasn't good. Um, I looked at my grandson. I'm like, honey, that's pretty, but let's just put it in, back in that bag. He's like, but Mama, I wanted you to have it. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. So against my better judgment, I took it out and I set it on our bar. And it was about 2 days later. My daughter and I was sitting in the living room, and I had a sectional in there, and we was both sitting there. She was on her phone, I was on my computer. The force was so hard that you could hear the furniture scrub across the wood floor. It shoved it, and you could feel it move. I looked at her, and she looked at me, and at the same time, did you feel that? I said, yes, I did. Don't say no more about it. Don't show it no attention. Because I was hoping it'd go away if we didn't show it any attention. Well, two nights more went by. What was that?
Where Lyric wants to dig in the fridge, it was a glass plate.
Oh my God.
Colin, go, son, go.
I had
Don't
went to
make me
bed.
teach him again.
They was in the living room watching TV. That box is still sitting there on the bar. They saw a figure of a man, solid black, come walk through our metal door, turned and looked at the TV, went past them, right there where that black box is at. I mean, that box is at and just disappeared. He said, I want that box out of this house. Kimberly and I both saw it. Well, I took it out of the house, put it in the garage back in that black bag it came in. Um, about a month later, my daughter Kimmy's friends come up, and she was a paranormal investigator.
No, she wasn't.
And no, not what I found out. She scared death spirit box. But anyway, we was telling her about that box and what we'd all saw, and even my brother, he wanted to sleep in the basement because he wanted to hear the rain falling with the door up a little bit. He was down there, and he saw this doll I have move, which this doll's moved on camera plenty times. He saw her head twist, And then that jewelry box did not have a key to turn to make the music play. The music started playing from that jewelry box in that bag. The little black dog that was down there started barking its head off. He comes running in the house. He said, "There's something down there in that basement. It's in that doll and it's in that jewelry box." I said, "Well, I could have told you that." But anyway, her friend comes over. We're telling her what happened. She's like, "Oh, please let me have it. Please let me have it. I want it." I said, "Are you sure you want this? Because it comes with something attached to it." She said, "Yes, I want it." We gave it to her. I was glad to get rid of it. I even said a prayer over it when, get anything away from my house, go on your merry way. Well, they take it and they put it up in the barn. They went somewhere, and when they came back, it was coming a big storm where the barn doors blew open. She saw the exact same black figure that we had all saw. She said it scared her so bad that they ran in the house and locked the doors. And she said every time they peek out the window, it was still standing there. Next morning, they look out there and it's gone. And she said, "I'm taking and I'm burning this jewelry box." I said,
don't do
"No, you don't burn that jewelry box because you're just going to set it free to go wherever." I said, "Go dig a hole, say a prayer over it, and bury it and put salt on top of it." I said, "Don't tell no one where you buried it at so they won't go dig it back up." That's what she said she did with it. Yeah, that was crazy too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you remember the other day, sis, when I showed you those videos where this, one of the hitchhikers again was tapping on my poster over here that's in this glass frame, and I kept hearing tick, tick, tap, tick, tick, tap, tick, tick, tap. And I recorded it and showed Rhoda, and you could hear it. And I just felt like this thing. So, I felt something over there. So I had that ghost app. I mean, I don't know how much I trust it, but because the way it was, there was no character right there where it was, but it was like it was sitting on top of the poster and just tip, tip, tap, tip, tip, tap. And I was like, "Will you let me go to sleep now?" Tip, tip, tap, tip, tip, tap.
Yeah, wasn't that way up in the morning you took that video and sent it to me the next day?
Yeah, because it was like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
She's like, "Can I get some damn sleep now?"
I was like, "I don't know what the hell you want. You're either going to tell me or shut the fuck up." That's what I said.
The
I was
first
like,
night that toy went off in there, it it freaked Ashley out so bad because I fell asleep in the recliner because we was watching that Malignant, guys. I did not like that Malignant. Now that Don't Breathe 2 was very good. I watched that. But anyway, I fell asleep. Ashley went on to bed. Oh, my grandson is mad. He don't want to go with his daddy. Hi, Net Detective. Oh, honey, I'm sorry you didn't get in. You might have to set your bell to make sure you get them all.
yeah, you might want to get your notifications set up.
Listen, my grandson. Oh, he is mad.
Why does he want to go with Paw Paw?
Because he likes to have a literature to play with.
How it's gonna take one sip of it and not one?
And that's why.
Even though they
Oh, my
don't,
goodness.
even though those two fight over things, they still like to be with each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're like brothers, honey.
That's why.
But anyway, she had went in there and she left her door cracked. And it was at 3 o'clock in the morning. She told me the next day, she said, "Mama," she said, "I hated to leave you in there by yourself when I'm about to tell you." I'm like, "What?" He's mad because he's got to go with his daddy. He didn't want to leave his cousin. But she said that toy wouldn't even come on, and she put new batteries in it and everything. The toy would not come on. 3 o'clock in the morning. that toy started playing music, and she said it wasn't even like a kid's sound coming out of it. She said, Mom, it sounded demonic. She said it started the growling sound and was saying something that I couldn't even understand. She said, I ran in there and shut the door. I said, well, damn, you left me laying in there, whatever it was. She said, well, hell, you're not scared of stuff like that. I mean, but if you're woke up to stuff like that, it freaks you out, you know?
It did. Like that
And
tip tip tap for me, just it kind of startled me, you know? And I just
yeah.
was like, politely was like, tell me what the F you want or let me go to sleep. I was
But
like,
when I heard
nope.
it, I jumped up and it was like I was watching it. I raised it and I was watching it. You could see each little key thing was lighting up. And then it said, do you want to play? And I'm like, what? And then when I say what, it said, do you want to play? I jumped up, run over, and turned it off again. I'm like, what the hell? How's this thing keep on turning itself on? Because we had turned it off.
I would recommend saging that apartment.
Oh,
You
yeah.
won't get, you're not going to get rid of the little lady, but you can just get rid of the negative stuff. Say all the negative stuff in this apartment will have to leave, you know?
I muted myself. Yeah, it's been a long week. It's been a long, long week. Miss Phoenix, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yes, we're gonna do a spirit box, Michael. I'm hoping my spirit box will get good connection out here because it never does on this back porch, and I don't know why. But tonight I'm just gonna use the spirit box. I'm not using my portal. And we'll do spirit box here in a minute. Um, and then after that, I guess I'll let you guys go because I'm gonna have to get my grandson to sleep. But hopefully, no more nights until Halloween. We're gonna try to do something, guys. I want to do some FX makeup. I know Little Red. I've seen some of her pictures that Phoenix has sent me, and she's awesome at doing that. So I'm really anxious to see what her and I can do together. Kel's good at it also. And anyone else that likes to do FX makeup, you guys are more than welcome because we want to see what everybody can do. You did get it. That's cool, sis.
Oh, nice.
Let me smoke this cigarette. We'll turn the spirit box on. I got a spider up here. I named Charlotte, guys. It's a great big spider. I told my daughter, I said, leave her alone. She ain't bothering nobody. She just comes down at night to catch her bugs. Can we do it with, can we do spirit box with Isabel? You want me to call out Isabel, Michael? And guys, before you lay your heads down tonight, whatever religion you believe in, I don't force my religion on nobody. I believe in God, and that's who I pray to. But please keep Summer in your thoughts and in your prayers because, you know, God bless little Gabby Petito. That story is so heartbreaking. And how soon I hope Dog the Bounty Hunter finds that stupid Brian Laundry. But, you know, there's been not much talk about Summer since all this has been going on. So we're not going to let Summer's name fade off. Tomorrow in my thumbnail, um, I am going to make sure her little picture's on it, just so people will see her little face. And what's the other little boy, sis, you was talking about? Can't hear you, love. Nope.
I was muted. Um, he was a college graduate, and his name was Delani Day. and he was a good man. And I think he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he hasn't even had any press coverage.
See, that stuff like that breaks my heart so bad.
I mean, and his mother is so devastated, and I'll send you his picture too to put with Summers, because those two need to, you know, be out
Okay,
there.
Michael. I had seen that. Phoenix had sent me a link to her. So her name is Isabel. We sure will do that. And we'll see if Miss Summer wants to come through. Um, guys, I know it. As the days get longer, I still feel in my heart. I want to feel in my heart that Summer's alive. I know that's probably wishful thinking, but it's still wishful. Uh, it just bothers me about these kids. How some devil, that's nothing but the devil, that can take someone's child from their family, or if someone in their family
I mean, even the
covering
child
it up.
is like a college student, or someone's daughter. I mean, still, it's a kid. It's someone's kid,
Yes.
someone's brother, someone's sister, and these cases. And I'm glad Gabby was found, but we just need to find, dirty laundry. But
Yes.
Summer and Delaney doesn't have anybody speaking out for them,
All right.
and I
Yeah,
don't.
that's
It's like, because I guess where Delaney was, they say it's a race thing because he was black. But I'm wondering if it's just because he's just not got enough press coverage.
well, I'm gonna say this. I don't care what color you are,
Me either.
because there's no segregation in heaven.
No, there's
And
not.
whether people believe in God or whether they don't, God created us all in his image.
We were all black at one point.
Well, I mean, they say we're all females at one point until we start growing in our mother's womb.
Yeah, and the way I look at it, like, before people started traveling and settling in other places, we were kind of all a little more darker.
Mhm.
That's how
It
I look
did
at
that.
it.
Just I ain't for that racist stuff. God made
Me
all of
either.
us, and we all bleed the same. That's
Yep.
that's the way I look at it. We all bleed the same.
I don't care
Amen.
what religion people are. I don't care what color their skin is or who they love. I'm all about love and respecting everybody.
Yes, and that's the way the world should be. Okay, guys. Before I turn this thing on, we're gonna say a prayer. Please be in agreement with me.
And pray to your higher power.
Yes, Father God, I want to thank you for bringing us all here together tonight. Lord Jesus, we ask you to please, whoever's watching this now and whoever's going to watch it later, please put your power of protection over us, Lord Jesus. We don't come in any disrespect. Please let good spirits come through, Father God. Father, I want to thank you for everything you've done. Lord Jesus, please take this black cloud of depression away from me, away from anybody out there that's listening. Please protect their families. Father God, I ask in your precious holy name, please lead the right people to find prime laundry. Lord, please let there be justice for Gabby. Father God, please don't let little Summer be forgotten. Please lead them to find her also. Lord, thank you for dying on the cross for our sins. In Jesus' precious holy name we pray. Amen. Alrighty.
Blessed be.
Name, amen.
I'm gonna get this spurt box fired up. I don't know what I've done with my light. It's not wanting to sit upright for some reason. Hope this thing don't go dead on us is all I do know. Oh lordy. I'm getting old, people. Don't do this to me now, please. Oh my God, I just put new batteries in this stinking thing.
Are you sure they were new and not old ones?
No, it's the freshly recharged ones.
No, I was going to tell you sometimes those rechargeable batteries can be junk. You gotta be careful. I would keep a set of ones that are just throwaways somewhere too.
Yeah.
Because those rechargeable batteries can say they're charged, but then they don't want to charge.
I'm going to run to the car and get some batteries, guys. Hell, y'all keep people busy till I get right back.
Okay, I'll tell a few more ghost stories.
I gotta run
Um,
to get some batteries.
Oh, oh, help me, Lord.
Ashley. Um, when I was little, I also had like this imaginary friend. I called him Frank because he reminded me of Frank Sinatra. Don't remember his real name, but he was. I found out later on he was like my spirit guide, or whatever they call it, because everyone's got one. But um, everybody thought he was like an imaginary, but my mom, and I just think it was kind of cool. I know that's not a good story, but I'm trying to think of some. Oh, I got one. When I was at my friend's that had the spirit named Snow, there was another time I went down there, and I knew this thing wasn't a kid. And there was this time I was trying to use the bathroom. Excuse me for saying that, but I was trying to wash my hands at the time, and I had my hair in this big long braid because my hair used to be longer than this, and it raised up and it looked like somebody yanked it. And I was like, okay. And I came out and I told my friend, I was like, yeah, so that thing that's in the room that's not a kid that you all think is a kid that's not a kid, yeah, it pulled my hair. And so we decided to do an investigation at their house. And we had the spirit box set up, and we had a regular EVP recorder set up at this closet where it likes to hide. And we played it back because I was in the room, and this thing in a gruffy, growly voice told me to get the hell out. I was like, I am not getting out of here. And I ended up staying with them that night because her husband had to work and she didn't want to be by herself. My friend didn't. So I stayed with her. And there was this, I had to go to the bathroom, and the kids were at their grandparents', so they weren't home. And as soon as I got to like the threshold
Oh
of the
my
little tiny
God.
hallway, it felt like something was pushing me back, like it didn't want me back there. And I was like, okay, it looks like I'm not going to go to the bathroom. And I heard growling in the little girl's room, so I kind of forced myself back there. And I was like, I don't care who you are, but I know what you are, and you ain't fooling me. I'll find a way to get rid of you.
Tell them about the rosary burning in your hand
Oh,
when
yeah,
you were
that was
saying that
another time
prayer.
that my friend Michelle was with me, with my other two friends, because I'm trying to keep their identity. And I had this rosary bead around my hand. I mean, I'm not Catholic, but I try to use things that make spirits uncomfortable.
I just picked them fucking batteries
And
in 2 weeks ago.
I had it wrapped
So
around
when
my
you're ready,
hand,
clear it.
and
I want you to come here
all
right
of a
now. Just
sudden,
set it up.
my hand
I'll light
started
it up.
burning, and there was like this rashy looking where you could see the beads kind of making red marks in the palm of my hand. And I was like, you ain't scaring me that easily. And on this EVP, I let Rhoda hear it. You could hear someone go, I want to go home now. And it kind of sounds like me, but it's not because you hear me talk over it, but it sounds like somebody talking as me. So it was mocking me. And my friend Aaron, that was there too, he was like, he likes to, you know, piss things off. Excuse my language. And I was like, please don't do that. Just don't do that. Do not do that. And then all of a sudden, because I kept seeing something lunge at me in like my third eye, you know, since I can see spirits. And I was like, please don't. Please don't do that. And as soon as he like called it every name in the book, it lunged and I had like a bruise between my eyes. And it formed really quickly. And I said, I told you not to do that. But that thing kind of reminded me of an alien looking thing because it had these real bulbous, weird eyes. Not like a gray alien, but they huge eyes and they were solid black. And the skin of this creature looked scaly and like gray. And it looked to be like 3 feet tall. And I was like, this thing's not a kid. I just want to tell you guys that right now. It is not a kid. And he ended up catching a picture, and it looked like it was mirroring his wife because she was there too. And it looked like she was splitting apart, and the thing was in the center. It looked weird, the picture. But that was the story that scared me the most because I'm still afraid for those kids. Okay, and there, look, sis, you got it going on. Is it trying to come on, sis?
Yeah. Hello, spirits. Is there anyone here? We're calling for the spirit of Isabel. Can you come through, please? Spirits, can you bring through Isabel? Yes. Isabel, who took you? Have a little attention in the wall. No. Spirits, can you bring forth Isabel, please? The little girl missing in Hawaii. How old are you, Isabel? Hi. She 5? She 5, Michael? Isabel, what did you have on when you went missing, darling? A dress? Can't hear it. Isabel, can you come through for us now, darling? Spirits, we're calling for the spirit of Isabel, the little girl in Hawaii. Are you with us? February, George Summer Wells. Summer, are you with Isabel? You guys hear it now? She was 5 or 6 months. Summer, are you here? Spirit, please pull through Summer Wells. Spirits, say the name of someone in the chat. They may be here to hear you. The Bible.
I thought I heard the name Michael.
Michael. Spirit, what's your name? Spirits, can you see the rain? The devil. The devil's not allowed to be around me or no one watching this. Not that. Thank you. What is your name, Spirit? You don't have to be scared to talk to us. We're only here in respect. Are you free? Summer, are you still around on your property? Yes, she is. Can you tell us where you're at on your property? Summer Wells. Summer Moon. Utah. Talking to you, yes. Thank you, Who's the spirit taking to save for free?
There seems like there's a lot trying to talk at once.
Spirits, can you only talk at one at a time, please? It's okay to talk, but just one at a time. I'm talking. Is the rain helping you talk? Is the rain giving you energy?
I just heard it is. It comes from a female.
Who's the male spirit talking? Summer, do you see the yellow generator that's on your property? What do you see, baby? You look around. Oh, just have some around. Summer, where are you at on your property? Look around and tell us. Summer, can you tell us what Isabel was wearing? Her dress again. Can you tell us what color it was? Summer, can you tell us if Isabel was wearing a yellow shirt or sundress? I want to go home. Who is speaking with us right now? I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in a while. Spirit, you don't have to be afraid to come visit me. Whatever. Isabel, if you're here with us, was you wearing a yellow shirt or a sundress? Summer, are they going to find you soon? Yes, ma'am. Summer, does your parents know where you are? Yes. Summer, did they hurt you? Did your parents hurt you, Summer? My mom. I knew you. Guys, I'm going to turn this off a minute and use the hope app and see if we can get info on that. Spirits, we'll turn you back on in a minute. Thank you for communicating with us. We're going to use this hope app and see what it does. 'Cause you guys are good making that stuff out. It is pouring. My thing says heavy rain is coming. Okay. Southern Belle. I was thinking maybe a sundress as well, but didn't feel entirely confident in my hunch, so I was going to just mention the material, color, and its texture. Guys, I was feeling the summer dress really strong too. And I've not read up on nothing concerning Isabel. All I know is that Phoenix sent me the link. Was it earlier today, Phoenix?
I don't either today or yesterday.
Excuse me, this is the miracle box. The other night, guys, I was pulling in. I was letting my grandson play with my phone, and he was watching his little dinosaur things on YouTube. Then I heard him saying, mommy. And I said, what, son? Then I heard my phone ringing. And I'm like, who did you call? And I couldn't see because the screen was black. And I heard Phoenix's voice. She was right in the middle of a live stream when Lyric accidentally called her. He was saying, hi, Kel. I said, that's the wrong Kelly, honey. Bye, Cindy. Alrighty, guys. Let's see if you guys can make any of this out. We're asking for the spirit of Summer Wells or Isabel to come through. Can you please talk to us? Wow. Are you there? Who's that? My name is Rhoda, and there's friends in the chat. We're all worried about YouTube girls. Ah, Summer, is this you? What for? Is this you, Isabel? Your spirit seems quite faint tonight. Can you speak up louder, please? They won't let me out. Let me out. Let you out from what, honey? You guys understand that? The hatch? Ashley heard the hatch. Hatch? Are you in the back of a car, honey? Summer, look around and tell us what you see, please. Oh my God, she's the same age as Summer. Wow. Summer, are you still on your property? Now he's mad.
Oh, I do.
Who's mad, honey?
Here, go way down.
Mommy, be here in a minute, baby. I'm almost done. Going on what's your show, baby?
There's nothing
Oh,
to be scared
baby.
of, Bugs.
There's nothing to be scared of, Buggies.
The lights are on in there. Go.
It's okay, honey. Summer, are you still with us? I just heard Julie. Isabel, are you there also? So she said, you're talking to me first. Yes, I was, honey, but can I talk to both of you? Now they see something. Summer, we can't fix what? A bad mom. Did you say a bad mom? That's why I want you. Is this Summer Wells that I'm talking to? Summer, can you let Isabel talk also? Summer, ask Isabel how old she was. Summer, are you still on your property? A lot of us. Is there other kids there with you? I couldn't hear you, honey. Can you speak up louder? How many children are with Summer right now? Is there more than 5? No, ma'am. Summer, can you give us the name of who took you away from your home? Pete. Was there any mention of a Pete? Anybody know? Did you say Pete? Yeah. That was clear as day. Do you know Pete's last name? Oh, I know it's Pete. What does Pete look like? Something her daddy in there. Does Daddy know Pete? You just hear that? Ooh, Ashley said she heard Daddy sent Pete.
And then I heard her go, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Summer, can you look around and tell us what you see? Wow. Isabella was staying with either foster parents, adopted parents, but she has biological loved ones that are concerned. God, that is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Isabel, are you still amongst the living, honey? Now he's mad. Who's mad, Pete? You tell Pete I said leave you alone. He's seen it. Does Pete have you in a house? Are you in the woods? Summer, does Pete, is he the friend that drives the yellow car? I heard of course and then something else. I'm mad at him. He
I
won't
heard
let
something.
me out. Now, Pete, let me out.
I thought I heard something about yellow.
She said something about he loses.
Exactly.
She said she's seen something. Something about 4 of them. I'm in the mountains. Did you say you're still in the mountains? There's a cabin in the mountains. I knew it. He seems to be mad. Summer, do you ever get to see Yucky? Summer, is Isabel with you? Can you let Isabel talk? Now he's mad. She keeps saying now he's mad. Who's mad, Pete? Yeah, Pete. Summer, tell me where you are and I'll come and take you from Pete. Say it really clear and I will find you and take you away from Pete. You guys, I'm getting a real strange smell right now. And it smells like musty, almost like burning tire smell.
Are you sure no one's burning meth?
No, because it's just right here. Right here where I'm sitting is where I smell it. Now it's gone.
It was one of those hitchhikers again.
It's gone because you put him on blast.
Yeah. Oh, is she blindfolded? Summer, do you have something over your eyes so you can't see? I try to ask answers that a kid would understand. You know what I mean? Summer, are you blindfolded with something over your eyes? Yeah.
Is that why it's dark?
Is that why it's dark and you can't tell us where you are? No. So you do have something covering your eyes? So instead of blindfold. Summer, does your mommy and daddy know where you are? I had to leave them. Is that what they told you? That you had to leave them? Summer, I want you to know that we're not going to stop talking about you. Is there anything that you'd like to say to Miss Robin? Is there anything you want to say to your mom and dad? Dad? Certain type of dirt. It may be, Cat. I mean, they did just mow up here today, but it was just like for an instant. I smelled it, and it was like it's right up underneath my face, and then it was gone.
It probably, like, grass smells. Grass doesn't smell musty to me anyway.
Well, there's dirt right here.
Oh.
Summer, do you know that it's fall time? Summer, do you know what Pete looks like? Yeah. He's squishy.
Is he fat?
Is he fat? Summer, is Pete fat? Of course. What color hair does Pete have? Did Pete work for your daddy? He did. Was Pete at your house? Did Mommy and Daddy let Pete take you? Summer, did you make it home that day from the swimming hole? They leave me. She did say he's bald. Is Pete bald? Did you say he was bald? I'm getting a choking feeling in my throat. Summer, can you see if Isabel can come through?
How long has Isabel been missing?
Michael, Summer, did you? Michael, can you tell us how long Isabel's been missing? He also said, Summer, did your dad teach you? No. Summer, did your daddy teach you your no place where nobody's has? You know no one's supposed to touch you down there in your private area. Did some... I heard something or I seen it. That's why he does it in the mountains. He does what in the mountains? He climbed a mountain. There he was. I love that dog, Yucky. Something about I'm missing.
Are you using the miracle box or the home
Yes,
box
the
or
the
whatever?
miracle box. And she said, "Are you looking for me in the mountains?"
She's mentioned the mountains before and that turtle rock.
Honey, we'll look for you anywhere you want us to look. Save me because if you only knew. They leave me.
Well, sis, it's 12:30. I think I'm going to hit the hay.
Yeah, I'm fixing to too. Summer, I'm gonna say goodbye for now. We'll pick this up hopefully tomorrow. We love you, Summer. We're praying for you. Can you tell us goodbye? Not saying nothing else. All right, guys. Thank you all for coming in here. It's 12:22, and I'm gonna go here and kick back, and I think my grandson's asleep by now, but I'm gonna relax for a little bit and maybe try to fall asleep to watch a movie. But Miss Phoenix, I love you. Thank you for coming in. Miss
Oh,
Carol, I
you're
love you.
welcome.
Thank you for coming in.
Love you too,
Rain,
sis.
Michael, RJ, Cosplay, Southern Belle,
Everyone who came in,
Kay. Yes. God bless you all.
we
Thank you for coming
appreciate
in.
you. And
Spending.
remember, if you're new, subscribe and hit that like button and
Yes.
keep it creepy.
Yes. We love you guys. Until tomorrow, hopefully. Like I said, I've already missed 4 days of October that I didn't want to miss. Um, but depression takes a hold of you guys, and you all know that. And I'm trying my best to come out of it. You guys just, I thank you for being there with me and hanging in there with me. I love you, and you guys help me a lot in the dirt. And if ever I can give you a shoulder to lean on, Phoenix, Kel already knows that. Southern Belle, I'm here. Until the next time, you guys, I love you. God bless you all. Stay safe and take care of one another.
Keep it creepy.
See you guys later. Keep it creepy.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Love
Good
you.
night, loves. Good night, my loves. Net detective, yes, I knew there's one more. God bless you all. I love you.